Let's make history. I bet you didn't know that Puerto Ricans invented coconut soda. Well, maybe invent is not the proper word, because soda was actually invented by an Englishman in the late 1700s named Joseph Priestley. He was a chemist and he figured out how to carbonate water. A century later, pharmacists started fiddling around with different flavored syrups, adding those to the mix, and thus soda was born. But coconut soda specifically started out of Puerto Rico by a family, the Fuertes family, and this was in the 1930s. Now I have to add a disclaimer here. When I say Coco Rico, I'm not talking about the newer green can with the cocoa vertically in big letters. No. I'm talking about the classic, original yellow can of Coco Rico. Yep. Growing up in El Barrio, you couldn't go into a bodega without seeing them. They also had the 2 liters. So I'm talking about that Coco Rico. And in 1934, Luis Fuertes and his wife Anna started a company. They created the formula to make coconut soda, they patented it, and they started a company and released it commercially. The company did well. They turned it into a corporation not long after. Now, during the summer months, their son, Jose, he used to come, work, and help his father and mother run the corporation. Then he came on board permanently. And not only that, but he brought his wife with him, and she helped out in an administrative capacity. Not 5 years after they came on full time, they resigned and they sold their portion of the company back to their parents. And now the other brother, Carlos, was actually working for them as well. And so when they resigned, the parents made the son and his wife sign an agreement promising 2 things. One, that they would never compete with them for a lifetime. And 2, that they would never reveal the formula of the soda for a lifetime. This was in 1975. 10 years later, Jose Fuertes and his wife started a company called Coco Frio. So his parents, or the Coco Rico Corporation rather, took him to court immediately. And you might be surprised to hear that the son, Jose, he actually won the case. For many reasons, but the main reasons being that Coco Rico's patent had expired about 20 years prior. And the second being that the judge stated that it was just too confining of an agreement because it was set for a lifetime. And he said that if you're gonna have something with no limitations on time, then it would have to be within a certain region. And on the other hand, if for something to be international, for an agreement to be international, then it would have to have some sort of time limit. But you can't have both, because the public loses out in the end because it stifles competition. Now, Coco Frio eventually fizzled out, even though they did win the lawsuit, or the case rather, and Coco Rico went on to do business to this very day. The Fuertes family still owns it, based out of Naguabo, Puerto Rico, but however, it's manufactured right here in New York City, in the Bronx, by the Good O Company. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button.